Hello, my name is Hooser, and this is not a pipe. I fell. Like Alice down the rabbit hole. I fell, tumbling end over end without end. I fell again and again. The bottom would drop out of my heart, and it was all so familiar, like a song, actually, like a lot of songs. Please help me, I'm falling. If I fall in love, I get knocked down! But I didn't. I had fallen, and I couldn't get up. That was it. This was the one that I hadn't waited for, and I hadn't even looked for, but it was all so right, and it was all so cliche. Right down to his name, Johnny. Johnny, the all-American name, right? But it never happened because it had all happened before, but I'm behind myself and getting ahead of myself.
I'll be right back.
Let me explain. This is not a pipe. Inexplicably, one of my hobbies is, and I don't tell people this very often because they're afraid they'll look at me strange. Stranger. Wait, they'll look at me strangely. Strangelier. Prepare yourself, because my hobby is, are you ready? Physics. I like physics. I can't help it. And it's because of physics that I believe in reincarnation and karma. You know, I come at it through science. The first law of thermodynamics, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just changes form. Reincarnation, what are we? We are electrical energy. People, they may call it a soul, you know, but when that energy leaves these meat bags that we walk around in, you know, eventually it has to go change form somehow. Because it can neither be created nor destroyed. In karma, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Science! And what does this have to do with it? Love is obviously not a science, so no, but this is not a pipe. My first flash of Johnny was something I knew instinctively, was from another life, another time. I was at UMKC in the middle of my 10-year undergraduate experience. And I was sitting in the PAC, the Performing Arts Center, where still to this day there's a whole lot of performing and very little art. And I flashed on a scene out of another time. I was sitting beside a bearded man on the front of some sort of buck wagon or cart, and he had the reins in his hand, and he was wearing a banded collar shirt that he had removed the actual collar from because he used to be able to do that. It's something from the early 20th century costume history course that I know of that. And he was wearing, he looked like a figure out of a Renoir painting because he had on this straw hat with a black band around it. And he lifted his head so that the sunlight caught his eyes, and he laughed. And I could hear the laughter, but I couldn't hear the laughter in this flash, in this vision. I could hear it behind me because I turned around, and there he was. Johnny flashback. Johnny Renoir. Johnny on the spot. Johnny, are you queer boy? What is a song? And I felt Alice, a ton of bricks, the autumn leaves, and it was college, and there were parties, and there was drinking, and we were at one where I was doing the other, and I told him how I felt and how I felt, and you'd think when I went to kiss him that I'd said, I have leprosy. This is how the party ends. You're gonna turn me down and say, can't we be friends? It's another song. And my 10-year plan came to an end, and we did shows together, and I lost him, and I thought, well, that's it, it's over. I can shut off that particular part of my heart. This is not a pipe after all, but it wasn't, of course, it wasn't the end. I was out bowling, because, you know, they are natural with each other, physics, bowling, sure. And there he was, and he said I should come over for dinner, and as everyone knows, you should come over means let's have sex. You should come over for dinner means let's have sex and I'll cater. And I came to the door with my bottle of wine, and there was Robert, his roommate, boyfriend. No, he didn't say a word, not a single word. He never said anything about having a word. and Hooser, and there's no mention of anything Robert whatsoever. Yes, it's very nice to meet you. Tumbling, falling, bottom dropping out of heart. And the thing about Robert, the thing I hated about Robert, the thing that made Robert so reprehensible, was he was so nice, so likable. And he was nice, and I liked him. So I hated myself for loving. And when I want to punish myself, well, I used to, but when I wanted to punish myself, I would have sex with straight guys. See, the women know what I'm talking about. Look, straight guys are actually really pretty easy after all. Hi, how are you? Because you just have to be there and say you're not looking for anything long term, just want to have a little play. Why not? It helps to have a ready supply of beer on hand, because you know what they say. What's it between a Marine and a gay man? 6 beers. It also helps to have porn handy. Preferably bisexual porn, because if a straight man will watch porn with you, if he's willing to do that, that means he's willing. And preferably have it queued up to a scene of 2 guys with 1 girl, trust me. Just say it. And then Robert was out of this story. He went to be in his own story. I wasn't going to make a move this time. I thought, no, that's not going to happen anymore. I've been making my moves in all the wrong places. So Johnny didn't make a move, and we became best friends. And then he did make a move, but it turned out to be to Brooklyn. See Johnny move to Brooklyn. See Johnny get tired of living around people. So see Johnny move to Alaska. Move, Johnny, move. It's the farthest anyone has ever gone to get away from me. Outside of dying. And that only happened once. So, hear Johnny on the phone. Hear Johnny say, it took moving this far away to realize that he loved me. He was in love with me. So I was too involved in making. I didn't fall for it this time, but this is not a pipe. Let me explain. My favorite artist is René Magritte. He's Belgian. That's not why he's my favorite artist. He's often lumped in with the surrealists. His images are often very surreal. But my favorite of his paintings is called The Treachery of Images. It's a painting of a pipe, and underneath it he has written, "Ceci n'est pas une pipe." This is not a pipe. And I thought, is that what it's supposed to be? Because it's surreal, it's supposed to be some sort of paradox, what's going on with it? And then one day, finally, in all my dumbness, I realized, of course it's not a pipe. It isn't a pipe at all. It's a painting of a pipe. As Magritte said, you just try putting tobacco in it. And that's Johnny. He's not Johnny Renoir, another self, another time. And if we fell in love with him in that life, then maybe we're not supposed to be together in this life, or maybe he just looked like a pipe, or maybe that energy was neither created nor destroyed, but it took a whole different form for us to be best friends in this life, and maybe he should have listened to my heart in the first place, and it could have been a pipe. So I listened to Johnny on the phone, and I said, well, Johnny, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Thank you very much.